Good morning, everybody. Hope everybody's doing all right. Let me get my charts kind of straight here. Where is my ES chart? Right here. Okay. All right. So, funny story, I go through all this hassle to get my customer my potential customer the opportunity to go to a factory and see the factory, see a tour, see the houses, that kind of stuff. Because I do that sometimes. I'll take people to the factories where the houses are made. And I have to go through a bunch of bullshit to do that because of OSHA rules and things like that. So I get through all that yesterday, and I tell the customer, okay, I got us locked in for 11:30 tomorrow, which is, today. And she's like, tomorrow? I said, yeah, you said you wanted to go on Wednesday. She goes, yeah, but I meant next Wednesday. I was like the Wednesday before Thanksgiving? I don't think so. So I told her, well, then we're not going. Because I am not driving 2 hours, two and a half hours one way and 2.5 hours back in the middle of freaking Thanksgiving traffic on a Wednesday. F that. I know customers are such a pain in the ass. They really are. She literally told me on Monday, can we go on Wednesday? I'm driving to Myrtle Beach, which is on the way past this factory. That's what she said. I went back and pointed it out in her email. Oh. And I sat here and freaking bribed somebody to because my actual rep that I normally use is out of town. So I have to freaking bribe somebody else to get me in to do the tour and stuff. And then all of a sudden, oh, I meant next Wednesday. Well, F that. I'm not inconveniencing my rep to be there. I'm not inconveniencing myself to be there. The freaking Wednesday before Thanksgiving. Anyways, I'm up $588 today, all in gold. Gold was kind of rotating this morning, so I took some. Matter of fact, the RTY had a decent setup earlier today too, in the pre-market. I just didn't take it, but I was too focused on gold. So, too focused on gold this morning because it's already opened and stuff. Because it opens at 8:20. Kind of reminds me of Monday, because Monday I took a gold trade right out of the gate in the morning. I don't remember what time, 8:11 or something like that, and I think it was 8:11. No, I don't even remember. But I mean, I hit my target, called it a day. That was it. Because I hate to give the money back once I have it. I think that gives me a pretty good week so far. Holy shit. Hold on. Where's my calculator? 4018, 4,000. I'm back up over 4,000. I started the week at 2375. So I'm up $1,643. So that's pretty good. I think we're done with news. My bigger issue right now, just kind of thinking about the markets, is, and somebody highlighted it in here, and that is we have a, they do have the FOMC minutes being released at 2 o'clock. So I'm not sure if the market's going to go dormant. Gold has obviously gone dormant right here. I might as well get rid of it. It's gone to sleep. These swings have just stopped. Now all of a sudden they've stopped. You go back here, you can see the swings, which is why I paid attention to it. Now when it starts doing this, the swings are over. Trump at 10:15. I don't know. I wonder if that's about the Saudi meeting he had yesterday. I don't know. So let's see here. Bruce said, I took that gold trade just after that 9/19. Oh, yeah. I was actually mad at myself, Bruce, for not taking that one. I was actually mad at myself for not taking that one, and then it rolled right over. I would have been knocked out at even. Because what it did, what it did, and people shouldn't be shocked, is it went right back up, broke this pivot by one tick, and then just rolled right over. It's like, come on, guys. Sometimes they can get real dirty. Yeah, the ES just went off the 1 minute gold line. It sure as hell did. Sure as hell did. For a nice trade, man. You would have gotten at least 4 or 5 points on that one. After breaking through the current high, too. My favorite way of doing it. Go off the current high or the current low on that pullback and then zing. I've never had that happen, Bruce. I've never had that happen. I've used Sabre for quite a while now. Now I don't use Sabre for every trade entry, because sometimes I want to have it in my hands. But I would say I use Sabre for probably a good 60% of my entries. I think it's great. The $500 I made in NQ yesterday never would have happened if I didn't have Sabre, because I never would have been able to grab and put the order on my screen fast enough. I never would have hit that trade. I mean, by the time I looked up and saw it, and Orville was over here chirping about it in the chat, I was like, oh shit, and I was able to push the button and get me in. I don't know, J-Wave. I don't know if NQ actually did. So let me just point this out. So J-Wave, let me show you what I mean. I don't know that NQ actually did. And here's what I mean. It looks like it did here, that it pierced it. I totally get that. I agree with you 100%. The problem is, in live, I don't know that it did. Because you got to remember, the head keeps, when price runs up, that gold line keeps going up. So it has a tendency, it'll cross your line sometimes after the fact. So I tell people, you can't just go back and stare at the charts after the fact either. It's live that you'll see, did it actually go through the gold line? Did it not? The other thing about that is, there's just no room. from this top to here. There's just no room. You know, I don't know if I would have been fighting that. Maybe in micros, yeah. Okay. You got to download it off their website, Bizu. You got to download it, and then you got to import it. So to import it, and it's a strategy. So to import it, you got to. I'm not the best person in the world for this, but import Ninja Script add-ons, and then you find that folder and you import it. So you got to download it off Sabre, and then you got to import it by going into what I just said, whatever those buttons were. God dang it. Tools, import. Yeah, tools, import, Ninja Script add-ons. Well, it looks like gold decided to wake up. That's nice. Now, gold could set up for a beautiful 1 minute gold line right now because we've had a reset right here. Come running right up. Be a great spot for it to do a retest is right here, right at this area that it broke. The one thing about gold is it's way up from yesterday's static lines. So the only trading I see happening in gold today will be moving average trades. Okay, and an error message. An error message. I'll try. Man, an error message. I'm trying to think of what the error message could be for. You're using Ninja, right? And you're also downloading their Ninja version, right? I'm assuming. Well, what the hell is going on here? Well, gosh dang, look at that. Holy pachikis. We've run all the way to the PriorDay Open in 3 of these instruments. Holy shit. We just reached the PriorDay Open in RTY, ES, and NQ. I don't know why you're getting an error. I mean, I'm the least technical person in this whole stream. That I can tell you from personal experience. I am the least technical person. I have no idea. Oh, okay. Somebody Somebody technical, it might help you. I am not technical. I don't try to even pretend to be. I don't try to even pretend to be technical. Come on. Let me, damn it. I'm kind of stuck here because I want gold to potentially set up for me. All right, so RTY is at the prior day high, NQ is at the prior day open, and ES is still short of the prior day open by 1.25 points. Jesus. I think the ES has to get there first. It's kind of what I'm thinking to help drag this back down. I mean, it's reaching. I just got too many things going on here. Shit. Because this is starting to do what I wanted it to do here. Come on, ES. Get it over with. Get up to the prior day open. Just get there. I mean, the ES has run out of gas. Literally a tick and a quarter, 1.25 points from its the zone. I think it's got to clean out. Well, gold screwed up my trade, so I don't have to worry about it. So here's what I'm talking about. Yeah, gold is done because we broke this pivot right here before we rotated down, or broke this candle top. So this is what I'm talking about. When you get this close, I mean, this is your lead dog. So your lead dog needs to clean out that zone before you can start looking for, in my opinion, before you can start looking for your NQ to possibly reverse. Because this one has to get, I mean, we're too close. It has to get there. So it's going to drag this one along. All right, I'm gonna bail on gold since it screwed up my trade. So let me shrink and get this out of the way. All right, short stuff. Holy cow. Google's up 6%, probably from laying off so many people. That's probably why Google's up so much. They laid off, what, a third of their workforce or some shit. I mean, don't get me wrong. All these tech companies are grossly bloated. You want any proof of that? Go look at Twitter. Look at how Twitter functions now versus how Twitter functioned before, and they have not even half the people they used to have before Elon Musk came along and said, "Get the hell out of here, you communists." All right, so now the ES is rolling over, and I'm stuck because I'm north of my prior day open. So the pressure is going to be long in the NQ, but the ES, the pressure right at this moment is to be short if we break this candle right here. And it doesn't look like short is the intent to me. Not right now. And it's definitely not showing signs that short is the intent. Short stuff, man. Let me explain something to you, my friend. I think you know this, but five accounts, man. You know, God, I don't want to put any pressure on you. Trust me. But man, I would cherish those 5 accounts. I'm assuming you're using a copy trader. And just a little bit of patience and all that kind of shit, man. And, you know, God, 5 accounts, man. You know, you could be taking out some decent money in, 10, 20 days of trading. Some decent money. Some decent money. That would be really nice. I mean, that would be really nice. Just keep your focus, keep your patience. Possibly evaluate that that 1 minute gold line trade I talk about in the ES. It's boring, but it works. It's boring, but it works. What is going on over here? All right, so the ES now has pulled over a little bit. God, I really wanted this damn thing to pull down. Why didn't you pull down? Excellent. Yeah. I mean, when you have 5 accounts, man, it's like, at that point in time, man, you don't have to make a lot. That's how Orville makes a lot of his money. He's trading multiple accounts. You don't have to make a lot. You just gotta kind of keep moving forward. And then one day you can tell Daryl at Apex, send me my damn money. Send me my damn money. Oh, you're getting those error things. I've seen those before. I don't remember. I think I had to be honest with you, I think I had to uninstall my Ninja and start over. I think when I had that happen once before. I cannot remember what I did to fix it. Yeah, no need to shoot for the moon. Exactly, Amelia. No need to shoot for the moon. Man, I'm telling you, 5 PAs, I would be ecstatic and very cautious. I remember those days. I remember those days, man. It's part of why I went to cash, man. I the stress. You think I stress on cash? I used to stress when I'd have like 5 or 10 PA accounts. Oh my God. Way too much stress for me. And I'm not trying to make fun, but I mean, this is from a guy who sits here and writes millions of dollars a year in contracts for houses. and I stress out when I get into a trade that I might make $200 on or lose $200. It's just it's just it's a fact. I think I'm going to, hold on here. I think I'm going to look for this NQ to go long. I think I'm going to look for this NQ to go long. Yep. Go, 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 go. Go, 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 go. All right. I'm going to put myself at even. Go, 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 go. Go, 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 go. Come on, come on, come on. Get me there. Get me there. Come on. Come on, get me there. There you go. Bam! $1,082. That one set right up in front of me. I mean, I'm like, am I blind? I got to take it. Am I blind? Am I blind? I got to take it. I wasn't going to take any more trades today. I wasn't going to take any more trades. And that one just like, punched me right in the face. That one went, you got to take me, damn it. Now, I should have played it back to the high, most likely, because that's probably where it's going to go. But I mean, damn, so you guys see the scenario? Just this is the big dog, the ES. This is the one that tends to lead the way for the NQ, and it rolled over and sat. I've been waiting patiently for this one to catch up to this one. Then they're both sitting. This one's sitting on top of that prior day open, and this one's sitting on top of the prior day open, but this one has a rotation and a ping, and I'm like, bam, bam, I'm good. Time to steal some money here. I mean, I can't walk away from that. I can't walk away from that. That's free money. That is free. That was free money. Again, recognize where the big green candle's going to be. Everything was exactly lined up. You took that AO, there you go. Now, don't you just isn't it exciting to be like, hey, I can see this stuff? I mean, I'm telling you, that's why I got a lot of people that get like, oh, Bob, you get so excited in your videos, when I used to do my videos. It's because I'm so excited that I can sit here and recognize where the big candles are going to happen. That's exciting. It's great. And the more you sit here and you stare at charts, the more you'll recognize these things too. And then you'll be your own boss, man. You'll be your own boss. You have your own future in your own hands. That was beautiful, man. So yeah, that put me up over $1,000 today. Look at that. So, and I had people sitting there saying to me, Bob, you should raise your goal from 1,000 a week to 2,000. And I'm like, I don't want to put stress on me, but I don't want to put stress on me, undue stress. I just want to stay on the right side of the market and make profit. And, but God dang, that setup was absolutely perfect. This one was lagging its ass to get here, which was making me stay out of this. And then when it got there, I'm like, okay, I'm going to let this one kind of tell me what's going on, and then rotate. Boom. We had a prior day high, roll down. It was the gold line also, but they came back and tested the open, and then bam, there's your big green candle. Damn, NQ again. Just like yesterday, I hit that NQ. I was in and out in 1 minute. Another big red candle yesterday. I mean, I just looked over at the chart. I'm like, shit, there it is. And see, that's something that with this trade saber, I'm able to do that a lot quicker than I can if I have to manually put the order on here and drag it down when I'm looking at, 5 charts. Man, the RTY is just running. The RTY is just running. Holy cow. A $500 coffee. Yeah, I get it. See, yeah. I get what you're saying now. I had to think about that one. Excellent, Thumper. Did you take the exact same trade, Thumper? Did you take the exact same trade? I hope so, because I mean that one's like as clear as the nose on my face, man. That one was literally there. You guys all start taking payouts from Apex, and Daryl's probably going to send a hitman after me. Excellent, Thumper. I mean, it was there. It happened right in front of us, but you had to be patient, and wait for it to set up. I mean, the whole time this thing's wandering its way up here, you know, the whole time it's wandering its way up here, I'm just being patient, not getting this sense that, oh shit, it's running away from me. You know, no, I want to know with authority why I got in that trade. Oh my God, Jay Weave, that's insane. Yeah, that is insane. I can tell you right now, I'm done for the day. $1,082. Oh yeah, I'm done for the day. I'm done for the day. I'm not going to shut the stream down. I'm just done. And again, well, you know, unless something exactly like that sets up again, I'm done. But that trade I couldn't walk away from that. Holy shit. I could not walk away from that trade. That was just free money. That was free money. Free money. That was more free money than yesterday's short trade I took. Excellent. Thank you, Bruce. Thank you, Bruce. Yeah, that was just like, holy shit. that was really wonderful. No, Richard. I'm going to go with this being the first attempt on the gold line. This is the second. I don't like second attempts. Without a reset. Now I wouldn't be looking at this necessarily as a gold line trade as much as I would as a prior day high trade, because we had a crossover retest. So the trade is more that than this gold line. Gold. That gold trade is set up, but I'm telling you, I think it's just too stretched. Got to remember, gold has been open since 8:20 in the morning, so it's over 2 hours into its cycle. That 1 minute gold line is tough. I'd be looking more for those 5 minute gold lines and those 5 minute red lines at this point with gold. Now, as I say that, it's probably going to run away. But I mean, I got to remember, if you guys notice anything about my trades, I am extremely conservative on which ones I choose to jump into. See, gold is giving up the ghost right there. I mean, it's really just kind of too late in the day for a 1 minute gold line on trade on gold. That's what I was trying to say, Richard. Or not Richard, whoever asked me about gold. Sorry. Richard asked me about the NQ. Now, again, the NQ, hold on here. Keep in mind, this was a potential rotation off of the prior day high long But problem is, I think, see how we're looking at the ES at the same time? I think the ES is coming down to test. Now, see, because the ES, this is interesting. The ES went through the prior day high by one tick and then reversed. and if it's gonna continue its thought process, then it's gonna go down to here. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Are you gonna run up now? Watch this damn thing go. God, it did. What a piece of junk. God dang it. Look at that. Well, it did the prior day high trade on the NQ. I don't know if it would get to target for me. Probably not yet. But that's a good trade. I'd be at even. You mean 5-minute red line, Ryan? I mean, ideally, you don't want it to break any pivots. Ideally, you don't. But, I eyeball it. I looked at, even if it broke a pivot, was it still relatively direct getting to that line? Because the reaction spot is that line. So if the move from the high to the 5-minute lines is relatively direct, even if you break a pivot over to the left that ran price up to that area, well, the 5-minute gold line is something I don't trade, Ryan. I mean, I really don't. I don't trade it because it's not consistent. Oh, Orville, you got me by $1. You got me by $1. You owe me $1, Orville. You got me by $1. I can guarantee one thing, though, Orville. I've taken less trades than you. That I can assure you. Yeah, you got me by $1, Orville. You're just coming on here to embarrass me, aren't you? See this, and see, so going back to this lead dog thing. So ES here, see, it went through the high and then came down. That's why I was leaning towards it has to come down here, which if it does, which it did, it was going to drag this with it. Yeah, you got me yesterday. Really good. Does anybody see what I'm talking about? Like, so because this cleared out, this is important to see. Because this, which is the bigger instrument, ES, since it cleared out this zone by reaching this target, okay, and then reversing immediately, you should expect it to go back to the other target. Well, if this thing is depending on this to go up, but it's going down, then this is going to be a harder trade for it to actually perform. That's what I was trying to say. It doesn't make me right. It doesn't make me wrong, but it goes, but see, both of these, when this trade happened right here, both of these guys were in agreement. We're going long. We're going long. You see what I'm saying? They were both in agreement then, and that's what made that trade, in my opinion, a better trade. Yeah, you did get me $500 yesterday on that NQ call. I'm brain dead right now, Orville. Yeah, That NQ call got me $500. Sure did. Sure as hell did. Sure as hell did. And Trade Saber made it happen. Because if I didn't have Trade Saber, I would have missed that trade. I would have completely missed it. I would have completely missed that trade. Wow. What a good day. 1,082. Beautiful NQ trade. Beautiful gold trade today. Man, I think gold was a red line trade and NQ was a static line trade. Okay. Yeah. So I really do like this Trade Saber thing. Sometimes I screw up and push the wrong button. That's what happened to me on my gold trade today. I actually pushed the wrong button. I'll show you what I mean. So let me show you what I mean on my gold trade. And I got lucky. It worked. So on Trade Saber, where's the trade? Here it is. So this was coming back onto the red line, and I wanted to take the break long because you can see the big green candles. There they go, right? Well, I go to push the buy button, but I pushed the buy market as this was running up. So I got in like about 10 seconds too early because I pushed the wrong fucking button. Ah, shit. All right, so it looks like the NQ and the ES have gone to sleep. Now, why have they gone to sleep? Because one's going below these lines and one's trying to go above them. It's like they're not in agreement. So they've both gone to sleep. Now, on a flip note, so let me go find somebody that's not conflicting. You got the RTY right here. That's going north of the static line. Damn it. I'm taking too long. And the YM, which these guys move together. See how they move to see how these are moving together? Damn it, I didn't get this over in time. So as this was coming down and getting to this line, I was waiting for this. I would have been waiting for this to find support so that they can reverse together. And that's exactly what happened. And that's exactly why this would have been a beautiful trade right here. Damn it. I didn't get it pulled over in time. Oh, you're on the red line, red line long. Good, Ivan. Good job, Ivan. Good job. Excellent. Yeah, they're in agreement right now, so they should both be going long. But if you'll notice, see, this one got to this support line quicker than this one did. So while I was looking at this here, I was waiting in my mind, I'm waiting for this to catch up, and then it caught up, and there they go. I mean, when you start seeing the agreement between instruments, it makes your trade decisions easier, in my opinion, because you can clearly see these two are moving the same. I mean, it's clear. So if they're moving the same, they both have to have the same thing happening at the same time. which is a support area and a support area. Am I making sense? I hope. I think subtle things like that I really kind of can't really explain in the videos because you can't see the candles forming at the same time when I'm looking at charts after the fact. But I mean, it just it'll help you, in my opinion, pick more predictable, successful trades. Come on, YM. Pivot up. Come on, pivot up. There you go. There you go. All right, so the RTY's still, I mean, boy, that'd be nice if it would just break this right here. Come on. Right now, the YM is stuck in the damn 9 EMA. It needs some energy. Come on. Come on. Come on. You need some energy. Let's go. Come on. God dang it. Shit. Yeah. Come on. I still think they're going long. Yep. There they go. Just cleaning out some stops. There goes the RTY. It just broke its top here. Come on, you guys get together here. Everybody go. Everybody be friends. Gold. Oh, shit. I don't even have my gold chart. I'm sorry. I don't even have my gold chart showing. Shit. Sorry about that. Yeah, that's a red line trade because we came out off a current day high. It's definitely battling there, though. Let me look here. Oh, we've been to the red line. This would be the third time. Man. That's not good. Yeah, I get that, Papa Duke. It was lagging, trying to get the YM to catch up to it. You could see how many times it sat here in this consolidation zone, waiting for this to reach support. Again, the YM is the bigger dog than the RTY, so the RTY is going to wait for its master. And it's ridiculous to look at these candles. They're all so much the same. Oh, man. Come on, RTY. You should, YM. Forget RTY. YM. You should be running up to the high. Gold is ugly. So gold bounced off the red line here and bounced off the red line here. Now we're asking for it to do it again. There it's getting ready to go. Isn't there some people speaking today too? I think somebody, well, besides Trump, didn't Trump start talking at 10:30 about something? Somebody said. Yeah, there's some Fed people at 12:45. That's not important because I'm not going to be trading then. That's why it's not important because I'm not going to be trading then. Yeah, got that. All right. All right, hold on there. Jesus, they're. Oh, I thought I was looking at the RTY there, or the YM. Yeah, at 2 p.m. That's why I feel excited to have my money already. I do. I feel excited to have my money. Come on, YM. You know the rotation is what you just did. Bing, 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 bing. Let's go. I think somebody messaged earlier that there was some I don't know, something Trump was talking at 10:30. I don't know if that's what caused everything to go to sleep now. Well, you got more. You got you've got additional traders all agreeing in the same direction at that point, Bruce. You got the people that trade that 9 EMA like it's God, and you can see price action at the 9 EMA. And then you've got what I would deem bigger money trading off those static lines. Yeah, the NQ trade was exactly that. Now, I wasn't looking at that as much as I was looking at the ES having that big hammer candle, and the NQ had the same hammer candle. And when they rotated back the other way, man, that was it. It was all over. And they were both in sequence. They were both syncing together in agreement. We're going long. And I mean, that was just beautiful. And again, I can't stress it enough. Trade Saber just makes it so much easier for me to execute on that. When I see, oh shit, we got all these going the same way, doing the same thing. Holy shit, push the button. Just don't do what I did this morning in gold and push the wrong button. Push a market order instead of a, candle breaking order. What the hell is going on? Gold just totally collapsed. Now everybody's collapsing. Everybody's collapsing at the same time. Damn it. I haven't seen Jim in a couple of days. I'm thinking he probably taking the holidays off. Of course, you guys don't. I don't know if you guys know this, but Jim also has a job, and his job is relatively similar to mine. It's in the housing industry. Let me look at that. Oh, let me get this shit out of the way. Hold on here, because this turned out to be a turd ball over here. So again, down here, let me grab these twin sisters together. So the NQ sitting on the prior day open again, but the ES is certainly not showing signs that it wants to go long. As a matter of fact, it's in open space and has no support. I mean, I'm anticipating this to keep falling down. This has no support. It went through the 5-minute gold line. It broke this pivot. It's like looking for support. The ES, it's in no man's land right now. I mean, there aren't any pivots even for it to support off of. Bruce, I used to go to closings. Not often, but I would go to. I was doing way too many loans to be going to closings in general, but I used to go to closings once in a while, and I stopped going because, I always did first-time home buyer loans, purchases, and I mean, half the time I'd go to these closings, the husband and the wife show up, and they're halfway through the closing, and the wife starts bawling and crying because she's getting a house, and all this kind of shit, and I had pulled a miracle out of my ass for them to even get the house, and then all of a sudden I'm crying. I'm like, all right, I'm not doing this anymore. I didn't go to work to cry. So I stopped going to closings, man. Hell no, I ain't going to no more closings. And now, even with my own houses, I had a closing that for the one I built on Monday, Friday. I didn't go. Same thing. Yeah, I did, Amelia. I would literally start crying at the closing. I'd be like, God dang it. This is not fun. There's nothing fun in this. She's happy, and I'm up over here crying. See that rotation? So I want to point this out again. Everybody pay attention to this just a little bit. So since these are in sequence, the NQ and the ES, notice the ES got inside these gold lines and ran up and hit them, which you should anticipate it to get rejected. Well, that tells you not to take this long here in the NQ off the prior day open because it's going to end up following it. If this doesn't have clear sailing to the long side, you don't want to be going long in this. Does that make sense? That's unreal, Bruce. That's unreal. That's unreal. I never had those type of problems because, again, I dealt with first-time home buyers. So, you know, the thing difference between a seasoned person and a first-time home buyer is a first-time home buyer just wants somebody to tell them what to do. The whole thing is intimidating to them. And if I walk them through that, you know, they'll stick with me all the way to the end. You know what I mean? I never liked refis. I never liked, you know, people who could get a loan anywhere. Not because I wanted to take advantage of people, but I just don't need to get to the point of closing and, oh, your processing fee's $300 and BB&T's is $250. You know, I just don't need that shit. You know what I mean? Well, then close the fucking loan with BB&T. Why are you on the phone with me? And keep in mind, in my heyday, I was doing 30 to 50 loans a month. 2023, the year of 2023, I did 495 first-time homebuyer loans. Me. I was so pissed off when I found out it was 495 because I was like, well, shit, I'd have closed 5 more to get 500. I'd have figured out how to do 5 more if I can. And because of that, I got all preferential treatment on any of the company trips, man. You know, because I was the top dog. I got all preferential treatment. I used to get the suite on top of the, you know, Marriott hotel in Hawaii, Puerto Rico, wherever the hell the company trip was. I got the number one spot. I was the number one guy. But that business almost killed me, man. The stress. Yeah, well, that's why I did first-time home buyers, Bruce, because, I mean, honestly, because even when the market turns, you know, in the modular home business, for example, which is my primary business that I used to finance, you know, they'll always dig out somebody that needs, you know, that's mom and dad cut them out a piece of land and now they need to buy a house. They're not paying attention to, oh, rates are up 2%, or, you know, they don't give a shit. They just want to know what the payment is. And, you know, then they make a decision based on this house or this house. So I always had business. The problem when the housing crisis happened is you just couldn't get the banks to even close the business. That's when things got really bad because, you know, you had Dodd-Frank with all their bullshit and you had people, so you had underwriters that didn't even know what a loan was anymore. Jesus. I mean, that's when I was like, okay, I'm done with this. I can't take the stress anymore. I used to be an underwriter, Bruce. I used to run an operation in Greensboro, North Carolina back in the late 90s, early 2000. And I had two underwriters working for me. I was an underwriter. I had one closer, 4 processors, and we used to run through. At that time, we were running through about $5 to $6 million a month. You know, this is back in those days. These were all $100,000 loans, and yeah, you know. So when I decided to go on the other side and actually originate the business, you know, I used to have underwriters that appreciated the fact that I was an underwriter and call me. And I mean, I still got calls even up to like, shit, I'd say almost maybe 5, 8 years ago. And even to this day, there's one mortgage company that calls me for advice on stuff. But I used to have underwriters call me and ask me, how do I do this, this, and this? Because so many underwriters have no idea how to underwrite new construction. They just don't have a clue. And I'm not blaming them. It's just, it can get confusing. I'll be right back. Yeah. I've basically done every job in the mortgage industry you can, other than closing. I don't give a rat's ass about doing that. I just found the best closer I could in town, and I hired her because that's a function that, I had a really good closer in Greensboro, knew what the hell she was doing. Joanna Lotta was her name. And then I had a really good closer here in Winston-Salem area. She was, just, you got to have a good closer, man. You got to have a good closer. They got to know what they're doing. You can't count on these paralegals and these freaking retarded attorneys. All right, so we've got the ES sitting on the red line right now. Huh. Have a good day, Bruce. So we are looking at, damn it. Wow, hold on here. Who hasn't seen this yet? Yeah, gold is just falling off of a cliff. I feel like somebody's got to be talking or something, because all this stuff is just going down. Look at that rotation on the YM inside the red line to the downside. That was really nice. So we've got a pivot here, and we're back to this line. Go away. Why is there a fly in my office? I said earlier today, I didn't think gold was going to go down to the static lines, and it's almost there. I guess I was wrong about that. Okay, hold on here. So here's the deal with the RTY. It's back up underneath its red line here. This is looking to go long, but I'm not confident in it because of this. See, they're not in agreement right now. The RTY has gone down too far. It's inside its red line. It's not in agreement with the YM. See how if you pay attention to the ones that are paired up, how it can keep you out of bad trades? That's probably the best lesson of today, is to look at the instruments that are paired up, ones that are moving in sequence, and see and see if they're both in agreement. Because if they're not in agreement, then you don't want to take a trade in either one of them. So what's going on over here? Wow. No, there's a live tomorrow, AO, but not Friday. Friday, guaranteed, I'm not going to be here. I'm going up to Philadelphia. My daughter's running in the Philadelphia Marathon. She's a distance runner, so I'm leaving Friday to go get her and head on up to Philadelphia. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I might want a bulletproof vest. Oh man, man, these markets are just going down. Huh. Come on, guys. Move. Do some rotations. Don't just keep falling. Do some rotations. And YM is about to go through its low. Yeah, YM is about to go through. It just went through. It just ticked through its low by a tick. Just ticked through its low by a tick. Man, I'm missing some of my charts here. What the hell happened? Oh, no problem, Truth Seeker. No problem. All right, so gold has finally, well, I say finally, it just stopped. It's reaching for its prior day high right here. So we should probably pay attention to that, this event right here. So let's give it some room. Let's look at it. So we earlier, meaning, 3 o'clock in the morning or so, it messed around with it a few times. Now we're here again, but it's starting to act stupid. Come on, gold. What are you doing? The YM needs to go up just a little bit. Test the bottom of the prior day close. Come on, go up just a little bit. Come on, YM. Go up a little bit. Right now, gold's kind of showed me nothing because it stopped and it's rolling back up. We might get lucky and it slams through and goes down to here. That would be nice to give us a short off that. This is literally a tick short of our damn line on the YM. Back down through. See, so keep in mind, they're looking for a rotation point because they went through this by one tick. See how the finger telling you which direction we're going? They went through it by a tick down here. So they're looking for a resistance area to reject it. Again, me, Mr. Conservative, I'm looking for it to have been the prior day close, not the 9 EMA. But it looks like it's going to be the 9 EMA. But this sign right here, again, look for the signs of them telling you what they're trying to do. That went through by a tick. So when they run up, they're looking for a resistance area to push it back down. Those are patterns you got to keep kind of paying attention to. I wanted it to be the prior day close, not the 1 minute gold line. And there it goes. Oh, well. Man, just literally a tick from clearing out that freaking line. But anyways, there it is. And again, recognize the sign. We went through by a tick. When they slammed it down here, went through by a tick and then reversed it, they're looking for the sharks are in the tank. The sharks dang it down there. The sharks brought it back up here. The sharks are looking for a rotation point turns out it ended up being the damn 9 EMA. But anyways, damn it. Sorry. I wanted it to clear out the prior day close. I don't even know if we've ever even tested the prior day close. We tested it from the top 2 times right here. And then way back over here. I mean, in the midst of freaking midnight. I mean, technically, I guess this would have been maybe the only time. So, seeing as how we had 2 slam from the top, I was expecting it to go from the bottom. You see what I'm saying? And this sign right here, where we went through by a tick, that was my reversal spot here, not the damn 9 EMA. Anyways, so I missed that. I missed it. But it turned out to be, just one more tick higher. 1 or 2 more ticks higher, I would have been all in off this inside candle to the short side. After this inside candle formed, man, I'd have been gone. Does everybody see that? You see what I'm talking about? It's the same stuff I was talking about 2 days ago, where you look to your left and see what they've done, and then you can predict what they're doing now. And that did exactly that. I mean, it went through that current day low by 1 freaking tick, which is a perfect sign we're going short. Now they're going to reverse it and find a resistance area to bounce it off of. And then you get the big red candle. I mean, again, how do you identify the big red candles? There they are. I mean, it's just, and when you start seeing those little subtle things and you then get in on the right side of the trade from the moment you're in it, you change your life, or potentially change your life. Then it's all mental after that. That pisses me off, man. We needed that thrust up. For me, I needed it about 2 more ticks up. Frustrating. YM. Well, first off, on that question about the YM and the ES and the RTY, I would be looking at, because it's not, every day is not the same. That's another thing you got to pay attention to. Every day is not the same. So when you're looking at the ES and the NQ, for example, if they're mirroring each other, then that's who I focus on. If you're looking at the YM and the RTY and they're mirroring each other, then that's what I focus on. If they're all together, which sometimes that's the case too, then I'm looking at them all at the same time. So in terms of the YM, after just some time of watching what's going on after the market opens, again, let them show you what they're doing. I would only have been concerned about the RTY. I would not have been concerned about the ES. If the RTY is in conflict with the YM today, then I'm not taking the trade. If a YM trade sets up, and vice versa. If an RTY trade sets up today, but it's in conflict with the YM, I'm not taking it today. Tomorrow may change. You may see that the YM and the ES are back in sync and they're doing everything together. And then, you get what I'm saying? You've got to look at it. And if you look at the charts, you can see which ones are doing the same thing. And like I showed you earlier, the RTY and the YM are literally mirroring each other. And the ES and the NQ today are mirroring each other. That does not mean tomorrow it'll be the same way. That's what you've got to identify. And once you identify that stuff, I mean, I'm telling you, once you identify some of these simple things and screen time, you'll hopefully be doing the same kind of things I do once in a while, where I enter a trade and I just start laughing, because I mean, it just immediately, and like the NQ trade I took today, man, I got in it and it just and I'm internally I'm laughing, because the damn thing is doing exactly what the ES set up to do also. And they both did it at the exact same time. And I was waiting on the NQ because the ES was taking its sweet ass time to set something up. Matter of fact, they were in conflict. The NQ was trying to go long, and the ES still had shit above it to get through to go long. And that's one of the things that made it so patient for me to just sit there and let the NQ do its stupid stuff. And then finally, when the ES said, okay, I'm now going long, here's my setup, I'm like, well, shit, that means the NQ's doing it too. And bam. It's funny when they mirror each other. I mean, it's like, holy shit. I mean, because to me, it's mind boggling how well some of these markets, and it's not every day. Oil will do it. Somebody in here, American Patriot, if American Patriot's in here, American Patriot will sit there and look at oil and look at my gold and be like, God dang, they're mirroring each other. I'm like, yeah, they have a tendency. They don't do it every day, but they have a tendency to mirror each other. And I say that they're mirroring each other, gold and oil sometimes, because they're influenced by the dollar, because that price point is international. So if the dollar is going down, the price of oil and gold goes up. I'll be back in a minute. I mean, and it takes time. I mean, it does. Everything takes time, to recognize, again, the rubber band I talk about, and that kind of stuff. It takes time to get it. But I'm going to tell you, from years and years of staring at charts, this approach that I take is by far the simplest and most consistent that I've ever tried. And yeah. And the number one thing to remember is, just because you took the trade doesn't mean it's going to work. See, if the trade's not going your way, figure your way out of it. If the trade is going your way, let it get to some reasonable target, and keep trying to put yourself in a situation that you're 2-to-1, 3-to-1, what stop you were willing to take in the first place. That's a huge difference. It's not about, that's why, and again, that's, I know I repeat myself a lot, but that's why I don't even have on my charts, I don't even have the dollar amount of a trade. I don't want to know, because it mentally screws with me. If I see I'm up $200-$300, I don't want to know that. I don't want to know that. Even though I know in my mind, if I'm in gold and I'm up 30 ticks, I know it's $300. I mean, I'm not stupid, but I mean, my point is just don't throw the numbers in my face. Try to trade the chart. That's what I'm mentally trying to tell myself. Try to trade the chart, Bob. Try to trade the chart. Try to trade the chart. Don't trade the P&L. Try to trade the chart. Try to trade the chart, Bob. Don't try to trade the P&L. But I'm telling you, I'm for those of you that have been watching my YouTube channels for a while, you know, I think you can see a transformation in my in my mental state in trading. I'm just getting more and more confident. I'm being more and more and more selective. Yeah, trade what you see, not what you think. Exactly. Yeah. And I'm keep in mind, I'm like a boxer. Okay, let's put this in perspective. I'm like a boxer in a boxing ring who only has one arm. Because so visualize I'm in a boxing ring boxing and I've only got one arm. And the reason I say that I'm a boxer with one arm, because I completely struggle seeing trades short. If you look at the two trades I took today that made me the most money, the NQ and gold, they were both long. I struggle seeing trades short. And so I tell people I'm really trading only one side of the market most of the time because I just struggle seeing short trades. So I'm a boxer with one arm and I'm still doing well. Boy, I really, 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 really would like gold to come down here. I really, 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 really would like gold to come down here. I don't like how it got to here, so I'm not looking for the rejection. Granted, this is a sequence of candles in a row, but look where we were here. You know, we got here, rotated up, came back down. We didn't do it from a higher pivot. We did it from a lower pivot. So I'm anticipating this is going to keep going down. I want it to, and then I want it to get here and then take a long back to here. That's what I would like. Yeah, you can email me. Do you not have my email? Is unique? It's in the description, I think, of the video. Is it not? Yeah, goldlinetrades@gmail.com. All one word, goldlinetrades@gmail.com. It's in the description of the video. Yeah, you can email me. People email me all the time. Orville likes to email me his P&L. Actually, Jim does too. Jim will email me his P&L. Jim and Orville, actually. The inside candle, man, that was worth the risk. That was worth the risk. God dang it. So we had an inside candle that went out the top. That would have been worth the risk to me. I should have been paying attention instead of shit. So when we had an inside candle right here on after this big rundown, that to me is worth the risk when you blow back out the side that we're supposed to go. The preferred approach would be that it would go down below this candle and then come back up, but yeah. Thank you, Robert. Well, I mean, you get kicked in the head enough, Robert, and you either adjust your attitude and be humble about it, or you just keep throwing money away. I mean, the number one thing I've always struggled with is just the mental side of trading. Look at that damn gold shit. Fuck. Yeah, that inside candle right there. Damn it. That inside candle right there after this rotation down. I didn't like the rotation down because we broke this pivot, did all that stuff. But an inside candle back in the direction of the trade is worth the risk. I just wasn't paying attention. Yeah, Robert, I've met multiple traders in my life that are like, man, I like they can only see the market short. Like it's and they just prefer everything short. And I can relate because I struggle like hell seeing the market short. So I can relate to why, that they have that problem. I can definitely relate. It sounds crazy, but especially in price action trading. So it's especially in price action trading because I can only trade, I'm looking for specific things. Like, for example, what happened in the YM here. So I'm looking for like that little tick that went through here and then the rotation back for the short. So if I'm seeing the market long, it's so easy for me to see that. When I'm looking at it short, I struggle to see the pattern to the short. I just struggle to see it. Now, I did recognize it there in the YM, but a lot of times I'll miss that. Whereas on the long side, I see it clear as day. I've heard something to that effect, Orville. And I have said if I could just see the chart upside down, man, I'd make $1,000 long and $1,000 short, not just $1,000 long, not just $1,000 long, which is what I've done today. $1,000 long. Is that Sanford, North Carolina, Ivan? Are you in Sanford, North Carolina? I think I might already know that. Oh, Sanford, Florida. That's right. Shit, I knew that. There's a Sanford, North Carolina, like maybe an hour and a half from my house. One of my factories is down that way. Yeah, I hear what you're saying, Orville, and I beg to differ. Look at the two trades I took. Bing, bing, in the same minute. There's a way to, I guess, invert it. If somebody knows how to do that, is there a YouTube video that would tell me how to do that maybe? Hi, guys. Yeah, I know. You want to go for walks. Yeah, I got both my idiots here. They say hi. Say hi to everybody. Say hi. This is Lucy. This is Lucy. Okay, no kissies. This is Lucy. And this and all right, Snoopy. And this is Snoopy. They look alike, I know. They're brother and sister. Yeah, brother and sister. Well, gold did what it was going to do anyways. It went right on through. I kind of thought it was going to do that anyways, because the way it came down, then up, and it didn't go higher than this, and then it came down again. So it's stair-stepping short. All right, guys. I am going to shut down the video. If you guys could like the video, that'd be nice. Only 19 people have liked it today. And I made $1,000 today. I made $1,000 today. 1,082. And I patiently waited for that NQ trade to mirror and match the ES, which was the most important part. And that sign in front of your ticker. I'll try to screw around with that, Orville, when I'm I'll try to screw around with that, Orville, because that, man, you might have just doubled my income next year. You might have doubled my income, because I am a one-arm. I'm a one-arm boxer. Now don't get me wrong. The NQ trade I took yesterday that Orville was talking about was a short, so I'm not completely incompetent. It's just easier for me to see the chart to the long side than the short side, specifically when you're seeing, rotate how the rotations are working. Anyways, I'm going to let everybody go, and I will be here tomorrow, just not on Friday or Monday. So everybody have a good day. I will talk to you later, and keep your P&Ls profitable if you're profitable now. I'm not touching mine the rest of the day. Talk to you later. Bye.